Hey, sorry about that, YouTube. This is part two of the shrimp room tour. I just left off with talking about these galaxy tigers and the blue velvets. The blue velvets got a little bit of red coming out in them. They were initially bred from the blue really, which has red and blue in it, and they got rid of the red. And so this tank needs a little culling, and to get them back to a nice blue velvet. But you know, that just, you know, it all takes time. So I just need to take the time to do it and make it happen. But they're doing really well. There's some really pretty ones in there. They're definitely breeding, and so that's always a good sign. Here's another tank of the blue velvets, and yeah, doing well. I'm really happy with them. I'm happy with all my shrimp, as you can tell. These guys were sold to me as Caridina babolti, but I'm really doubting whether they are a Caridina babolti. I'm thinking they're just a Neocaridina, maybe a wild species. I'm still not 100%. I'm trying to identify them, so I haven't been selling these guys. I've just been letting them breed to see if different coloration comes out of them, or what happens, just to really understand what they are and not sell them as misinformed shrimp. This is another tank of fire reds. There's some nice ones. Again, it's a dark tank. Glass is not clean as always, and so they're hard to see. But as you know, you can tell that there's some nice red ones in there. They've been doing fairly well, breeding, reproducing, eating food, doing good. This is the orange, or jeez, orange-eyed blue tiger tank, and finally they started breeding. You can see some babies in there. I have them mixed in with cherry shrimp, just to spice it up a little bit. As you can see, there's a berry cherry shrimp, and so just to add a little bit into the mix and get the tank populated, and so that they're doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy that they're breeding now. This is my black tiger tank. Tons of babies in here. These guys have just been doing fantastic, just reproducing like crazy, having tons of babies. As you can see, there's babies everywhere you look. So that's always a good thing. I'm always pleased to see that, and so I can't say enough good things about this tank. Next is the Tangerine tiger tank. Tangerine tigers weren't doing well, so I added some snails in there. These are the golden rabbit snails, and so I figured that might help keep the tank nice and stable. There's another golden back there. I'm loving the rabbit snails. They really are cool. And then so then I added the blue dreams to there as well. Fantasy blues, blue dreams, you know, whatever they are. But so just getting a new mix in here, just kind of trying to diversify and have a little fun with it. The red tigers. These guys, I don't know if they've been breeding lately. There's definitely some babies in there, but not young babies, and so I'm not sure what's going on with them. So I've just been kind of showing this tank a little extra love, doing some water changes, making sure the tank's right, and hopefully I'll get them breeding again pretty soon. I feel like I had a couple females that dropped their eggs, so whenever that happens, you know something's not right. And so I've been showing that tank some love. Yeah, look at that yellow. Ooh. Let me look at this tank first. This is another tank of yellows. Added some new blood to the mix, and I did see a baby or two in here, so that's always a good sign. But there's a lot of cover for them to hide, so I'm hopeful there's more. Down here, the yellows are doing pretty good. That's a really nice one. It looks like she has some eggs. Maybe she dropped a few, but I added new blood in here just to kind of get the tank going again, because a lot of them had died off, and so hopefully they'll start breeding soon. But you can see how big she is compared to the other ones. So we got the snowballs. These are one of my favorite shrimp. Really tough one. They do not like nitrates, so you gotta be Johnny on the spot when when keeping up with these guys. Got to make sure their water's on point. There's a lot of buried or a lot of saddled. There's one buried. There's quite a few little ones, and so finally this tank's finally turning around, doing good. I love me some Tangerine tigers. As you can tell, I think I got three tanks of them, and these guys are doing fairly well. As you can see, they're all eating, and they're not old enough to breed yet, but they're getting close. These were originally blue realies, and as you can see, they kind of reverted back to just. I mean, they got a little bit of blue in them still, but there's just some regular cherry shrimp that they bred off, and so I'm really not sure. I think they might have been mixed originally, and so that always sucks. You got to wait for at least a generation to really know what you have, and so I probably won't sell these guys for the fact that they're kind of not a pure shrimp. They've been kind of mixed around. So I'll do some more research on them and figure out what I want to do. This is the same type of deal. I'm kind of just letting these guys go to see what I have. Again, they were sold to me as blue realies. So far, these guys have held up their patterns, and so you know, it's just one of those things. You know, when you fully know what they are, then you can sell them. But until then, I try not to. These are just orange shrimp. There's a buried one, mixed in with some Colombian ramhorn snails. You can see those. These are some of my favorite shrimp. These are the blue dreams. These are my nicest blue dreams that I sell. Right now I have them listed as out of stock just because they were getting bought up too much, and I didn't want to dig too far into the population. And so I'm gonna let them breed for, you know, a month or two, and let them get quite a few babies going, and before I start selling them again. Just some fish. I initially had the oranges in here, and then they had an outbreak of those little sand crabs, so I put these guys in here to kill all the sand crabs off and get rid of them because they were eating up the population. And so hopefully after a month or two, I'll be sure that there's no more of the sand crabs left, and then I can move these guys out of here and put shrimp back in it. These are really nice chocolate shrimp. These guys, I think they originated from the black line, just the black shrimp, and so these guys always have really nice color. They have been breeding and doing well. As you can see, one's pretty blue, which is nice. And so these guys are really pretty shrimp. I'm excited to see what the next couple generations turn out to look like, and then I can continuously cull and improve this line. Down here is just your standard cherry shrimp along with some tigers. It's a dark tank, so it's hard to see, but there's quite a few in there. I really need to get in there and just catch them all out and reset the tank and do it right. Up here I did the same thing. They had that outbreak of sand crabs, so I got rid of most of them, or I got rid of all the shrimp out of here. There were some red realies in here and put some fish in there just to eat them up. As you can see, the guppy grass is going crazy, and it's just doing well. So I'm happy to get rid of the sand crabs. This is my quarantine tank. Whenever there's a shrimp that's sick, instead of squishing it or feeding it to fish, I put it in here and let it live out its life. And then there's some baby fish in here. I'm not sure what they are. They came in on some moss, so I threw them in here, and they just kind of hang out. They don't bother the shrimp too much. They're kind of small. Watch, this would be the time when they would gulp up a shrimp. But as far as I know, they don't eat them. Down here's another tank of red realies. Really not sure if they're breeding. I mean, there's one that's buried, but I haven't seen too many babies, and so that tells me that they're not doing super well. And so I'm hoping just over time they'll stabilize and they'll start doing better. This is my orange tank. You can see some of them almost look yellow. And then I got the golden rabbit snails in here, which are beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I also have some royal blue tiger calls in here just to kind of create some diversity and add some color to the tank, or more or less just blend in and you see the little orange eyes every once in a while. But these are again some of the imported shrimp I got in, and this tank has been doing a lot better than some of the other tanks that I had that I put the shrimp in. Down here you got they were green jade culls. More or less I just believe that they were blue velvets, because blue velvets do get a green tint to them, and so I'm thinking these guys were blue velvets. And then I got orange-eyed blue tigers in here with them, and hopefully this tank will just start breeding. And I'll see after a couple generations of the green tiger, or the green green shrimp. I'll see if they turn out to be blue velvets or not. Here's another yellow tank. These are not as nice, but they have been breeding. I definitely saw babies in here. Not many, but I saw them. There's always a couple buried females. There's a buried one right there. And so I'm hopeful. I'm really excited to get the yellows going and get them going in our water parameters so that they can breed for you guys as well. This is another yellow tank, I believe. Again, I'm colorblind, and so I believe these are the yellow ones, and then the orange ones are next, but these might be the orange ones and the yellow ones are next. And so bear with me if they're yellow, I'm sorry. If they're orange, I'm sorry, I don't really know. I label them, and then I have a helper, a guy that helps me out, and he'll tell me like, hey, those are orange, or hey, no, those are yellow. So these guys have been doing not as good. As you can see, there's a dead one back there, but you know, that's what you get with imported shrimp. You really don't know. These yellows are doing great. They're always berry. They're always breeding. Not too many babies right now, and I think it's because I have planaria. And so I ordered some stuff to take care of the planaria. Let me see if I can see one. But there's definitely some planaria.